Hi, my name is Tom Pollard. I'm a professor at Yale University, and I study how cells move. I'm sure um, many of you have had the opportunity to see cells move, perhaps in a high school biology class where you saw an amoeba crawl around in a petri dish under a microscope. Well, I saw the same thing when I was in high school, and I was fascinated with how this might happen. It turns out these cell movements are really important for us. For example, we have white blood cells in our blood that crawl around just like amoebas and find bacteria or other invaders and remove them from the body. Another example is in the brain. Remarkably, we have 1 million miles of connections between the cells in our brains, and these connections are all established by long, thin processes that grow out from cells and move around just like amoebas and connect up and wire up our entire nervous system. And of course, these movements can lead to trouble because in cancer, the leading cause of death is, of course, cancer cells crawling out of the primary tumor and getting into some other part of the body. So when I started out in the 1960s, nothing was known about the mechanisms of these movements, and I was fascinated to find out. And the amazing thing is that during my relatively short career of 4 decades, my field, with contributions from my lab, have been able to not only identify all the molecules involved with these complicated processes, but to determine many details like the structures of the relevant molecules down to the level of the single atoms and the chemistry of the processes, so that we can even make mathematical models for how cells crawl around that accurately predict the outcomes of experiments that have never been done. So this is an example of how far biology has moved in a relatively short period of time to explain a very fundamental process that's relevant to human health and disease.